Hold on.
Oh, you're a son of a bitch.
I just read the next week's question.
Why? What's wrong with that one?
Well, what should you maybe say, like, what's...
This week's episode is brought to you by Scary Thoughts. Go check out the horror, philosophy, and cultural podcast Scary Thoughts. Co-hosts Mark, Kate, and Chad Lott cover classic and auteur horror films, going deep while keeping the conversation light. To listen, go over to iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, or wherever you like to receive your dark sermons from the cursed minds of the damned.
Welcome to Comically Gaming episode 107, the weekly talk show in which we discuss our obsessions and the week's news around them, a games, comics, and culture production. Catch new episodes every Tuesday, and please consider supporting us at patreon.com/GCandC. You can help us improve all our content for as little as $1 per month.
This week in Comically Gaming, The Walking Dead loses a major character, Comixology's new service, Pokemon Switch, Bethesda's big announcement, Legion survives, and the new D&D campaign.
What's up? How's everybody doing?
What's happening?
It's awesome.
Comically Gaming 107?
Yes.
Yeah.
Full house.
We made it another week. Yeah, full house. That's true. We didn't have me the week before, then we didn't have you.
Yep.
Week before that. So, how y'all doing? Have a good week?
It was a good week.
Crazy week.
Yeah, totally.
Crazy
How was
busy.
yours?
How was your week?
Mine was, I just got back from camping at a scooter rally. It was the Scooter Olympics, and the Jedi Knight Scooter Club took the gold podium at the end. Came out with 2 golds, 2 silvers. We crushed it. Yep, we rocked it. And we're champions.
Congrats.
That's what that comes down to. Yep,
Nice.
yep, definitely. Spent just talking to these guys. For all you people in the world out there who don't live in Colorado, you should. I just went camping for 3 days. Never used any bug spray at all. No mosquitoes,
Amazing.
no ticks, none of that stuff. It's wonderful.
It's so jealous.
It's a glorious thing that, when you live in the Midwest, doesn't compute. Or where Dirk is down in the South. Yeah, the lack of bugs here is so wonderful, I gotta say.
But you didn't have a campfire.
Yeah, but usually you do. That's an out of the ordinary thing. So, but yeah, it was great time for sure. I'm a little exhausted now, but I'll push through.
All right.
Definitely.
Hold on.
My week this week was I had a great week actually. I caught up finally. I'm current on Saga, and I'm current on The Walking Dead.
53? You read 53?
No, 51 is the last. No, 50. Yeah, 51's the current one that's got shipped out to mailboxes. Yeah, so that's where I'm at now. And then The Walking Dead. Corey, are you current on The Walking Dead?
No.
Oh my God, dude!
Okay.
I was crying my eyes out, and it had nothing to do with anybody dying.
Oh, yeah?
Definitely, yeah, it's not a death. Something else happens that is so crazy. You won't believe it. It literally blew me away in a way that nothing really has in a long time. Those characters at this point are so, I don't know, so set that when stuff happens, it's impactful.
Yeah.
Definitely impactful. And like I say, nice that it's not just, oh, look who died next. It's something totally different that you will not believe.
Carl had a baby?
Nice. I'll get,
time jump to Carl's baby. Yeah, exactly. So I just want to say, like, my personally, since I've been hanging out with you guys and learning the world of comics, checking out your suggestions about things and everything, I really have found that those two comics are my favorite. Like the past couple years, I've been just testing out the waters with everything going on with Marvel and DC and whatnot that I have, and it's just so great to have these two series that are ongoing, where you know that you're not going to lose the writer this next week, and you're not going to have some crossover event the next month that comes in and interrupts the story. Like, you're in the middle of this super good story with the same writers and artists, and I just feel like I'm finally doing it right. Like, as far as subscriptions go, anyways, right. I'm totally caught up and stoked on what's coming out and love it. So yeah, that was my comic book week. Watch Legion again. Legion's still awesome. I can't wait. We got 2 more episodes left in the year. Can't wait to get through with that. And we'll talk some more Legion later. Can't wait to do that. But really good. Really, really good. Dirk, did you watch it?
Semi caught up.
Yeah.
I finished chapter 15. I just started chapter 16. Just kicked that off.
Is 16 last week?
Watched it.
No, 17 is the most current one, I believe.
Oh, okay. So you're a little behind. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But anyways, great. Really great. I can't wait to see where they're going with it. We'll see.
Bonkers.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And then in video games last week, I managed to sneak in a little bit of God of War. I'm progressed past the second kind of place that you go finally, so I'm slow but steady. I got a lot going on this month. I do not expect to beat that game for probably till the end of July. July is probably when I'll have time to get back into gaming again like I really want to. I get a half an hour here or there. I don't want to spend a half an hour playing God of War. As soon as you start getting into it, you gotta stop, right? So I've just been kind of messing around with other games in the meantime, some State of Decay, some Sea of Thieves. But and then last week, it was funny. So me and Corey and Jeff and Corey were talking shit all last week's show about Fortnite and how bad it was. And I was like, no, you guys, we can't be the old guys. All the kids love it. We got to play Fortnite. And then we went and played Fortnite, and it was terrible. And then we popped on H1Z1, and it was great. Yeah. It was really great. So I don't know what why it was so much better. I guess Corey said it, and I think he's right that the building in Fortnite seems stupid to me. Yeah. It seems kind of out of place for a game where you're trying to kill each other. But that being said, that night wasn't why H1Z1 was fun. It was just like after we played a few rounds and got our feet underneath us, and then we made it to that one match where Corey was like the second to last person standing, and we're all watching him and cheering him on and stuff. Like, the cop cars, the pickup trucks circling around the rock that he's hiding out at, trying to shoot pop shots out at people. It was really cool. It was definitely a good time. So I like that. Nice. And then the last thing, just a real quick little bit of music. Anybody ever listen to Lizzo?
Lizzo?
That's correct.
No, what is it?
Google or punch into YouTube Lizzo phone. If you like phone as much as I did, then just go down a Lizzo rabbit hole and you'll love it. Like, to me, it's great.
You don't want to describe? You're gonna leave it first impressions?
It's hip hop. In the music.
Okay.
The music is very minimalist. Female
hip hop. What, 90s or current?
No, current.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Yeah, I loved it. Really, really loved it. It was one of the teams. There's a scooter club called Secret Cervix that is out of Denver that was in the Olympics with us. And they're all girls, and that was their theme song was Phone.
Jeff loves it.
It's a great name. It is a great name. Classic.
Yeah. That is an awesome YouTube channel name, by the way.
Yeah.
Awesome
name of the week.
Name of the week.
That was my week.
All right.
Corey, what you got? Bring your A game. You got to compete with Nate there.
All right. How many games did you beat?
0. Maybe 1 in a year.
I beat 2 games. I beat Injustice. I know it's old at this point.
I feel like that.
Is that Injustice Gods Among Us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really liked it. It's sweet. I mean, I see what Nate was talking about. Just the single player campaigns, really cool. How the fights tie into the story. It goes straight from the story into the fight, and then out of the fight into the next story scene, and then it actually feels like a story, even though it's a fighting game.
Yeah.
So
like any fighting game ever, right?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I wanted to keep playing it. I didn't feel like I was just trying to play it to finish it. I was definitely enjoying it, and I'm not a big fan of fighting games in general. So, yeah, it's really good. Injustice 2 has been on sale. It goes on sale all the time, and I always want to pick it up, and I just figured I had to at least beat Injustice before I bought the new ones. So, wanted to knock that out. Did that, and then you guys actually witnessed. I didn't realize the exam was
the final.
I beat the game.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Yeah.
Credits rolled after the stream?
Yeah, after the stream, I went back to town and the credits rolled.
Oh, wow.
So, apparently there's still a lot more you can do, but I don't know. I've spent a lot of time on that. I've basically been playing it all week, so I don't know if I'm going to do any extras. But so Injustice, I give it 8. Atelier Ferris, I give 7.5. Really enjoyed it. It's different from the first game. The first game, I don't know if you remember, I said it's like there's only one town, and you go out to different dungeons and constantly come back to town. This one's not. It's a giant world map with a bunch of towns, and you never go back to your hometown until the end of the game. So it feels more like a full game, like, because of that. But also because of that, like, the cool part of the first one was you knew everybody in town, and every time you would go back to town, you'd have new conversations with them and stuff, and it was, really felt like home. Like, this one, you're definitely on a journey, and, like, you meet new people along the way, but you don't have, like, a stronger relationship with the characters as you did in the first one. So I gave them the same score. I gave them both 7.5s. I don't think one was worse than the other, but I really definitely enjoyed it. Now I can finally get the Switch version.
Is the Switch one out already, or is it upcoming?
It's out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then, other than that, I've been playing Pokemon Quest a little bit. It's kind of part of our news this week, but that came out with the other Pokemon announcements this week. Pokemon Quest released on Switch eShop. It's going to be on mobile in the future. So it's a mobile game, but it's on the Switch, free to play.
How do you play a mobile game on something that doesn't have cellular?
Well, I mean, it's a touch screen game.
Okay, all right.
Oh, okay.
What is it? How's it? What's the gameplay like?
It's weird. People say it's really good. I haven't played a whole lot of it. I've played maybe a half hour total, or maybe probably around a half hour. It's weird. I mean, you get a team of 3 Pokemon, and you have like a home base where you cook food that attracts new Pokemon, and you put your ingredients into the cooking pot at your home base, and then you have to go out on, like, the food will finish cooking after 2 expeditions. So then you go out on these expeditions where it has your 3 Pokemon, and you don't even control them. They just run around the map and then run into wild Pokemon, and then you choose which moves they use, and they just kind of hack away at the wild Pokemon.
You're not selling it.
Until you get to, like, a big Pokemon, and then you hack away at him, and then you get a few items, and then you on to the next one. It's
a lot of work.
It sounds like very Japanese with the cooking. They have this fascination with cooking, I swear.
Yeah.
I think Americans have a fascination with cooking too. It's all I see on Facebook.
No, that's real cooking. I'm talking about virtual cooking.
Right. No, good point. It's a big difference.
Because like cooking with Mama was a game.
Video game cooking.
Yeah.
And anime cooking. Yeah.
Cooking Mama's got like 8 games.
Yeah, so no.
On the Switch, they just released the Sushi Attack. Did you guys get that?
No.
Sushi Panic, is that what it's called?
No.
I'm gonna get Overcooked on PlayStation, thanks to Corey.
Get ready to fight whoever you're playing.
Really?
Yeah, that's just nothing will make you fight the people you love more than that game.
Well, we'll talk later about it. I'm curious.
No, it's just it's in Overcooked. You both have tasks to do, and when you're the other person, like when your task is done and you go over and the other thing's not ready, that was that other person's task. Like in the heat of battle, you're like, "Oh my God, why isn't this here yet?" Blah blah blah.
It's like a real kitchen.
Yes, it gets intense that way. Yes.
Awesome.
So yeah, Pokemon Quest is weird. People say it's really good. Like something was saying the best Pokemon mobile game yet, implying that it's better than Pokemon Go, and I just don't see it yet. I want to keep playing it though. For some reason, it sounds stupid, and it is kind of stupid, but for some reason I like playing it. So I don't know. It's
Just addicted to Pokemon.
I do love Pokemon. I did a ho-oh raid today in Pokemon Go. There's like 12 people there in downtown Ipsy. Killed his ass. This is my first one, so that was sweet.
Nice.
And I completed. Almost got Mew now. So that was games. I don't think I read any comics. Been slacking on comics. I watched Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
It's out on Amazon, I think.
I think Jeff saw it too, right?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I thought you saw it in the theater.
No, I did. It didn't.
We were both planning on seeing it, and then when it kind of got shitty reviews, we both backed out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But,
How was it?
it was all right. I wouldn't say it was bad. Like, if it comes on HBO or something, watch it. Like,
Sure.
I wouldn't pay money to see it, but it's worth a watch. It's exactly what you would expect. It's a mediocre action movie made about the Tomb Raider game.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
That's what I heard.
yeah,
It was a low budget. Part of the problem was it had a very low budget, and that's what killed it.
doesn't really need a good budget. I mean, it doesn't need special effects or anything. Like I don't just. It was decent. I mean, like, it was alright. I give it a 6, 6.5 maybe.
Is it a lot like the game? Like, you know how they were showing some parts that looked exactly like the beginning of the current one?
It's not a lot like the game.
No,
Like
okay.
they definitely tried to make it look more like the game than it actually is. But it does have like shout outs to the game throughout it and whatnot. But I mean, it's worth the watch for sure. It wasn't great or anything. And then that's it. Watch the same stuff as you. I started watching New Game, the anime. That's pretty good so far. I'm only an episode in, but it's about this girl who just graduated high school and she joins a video game company. She's part of the character creation team. Just, you know, their life in the workplace, creating video games. And that's it. That's my week.
Word.
Played some disc golf.
Disc golf.
Yep.
In that same tone, I just came back from the beach. So,
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
yeah. Rejuvenated.
He
Loving
sounds
life.
so rejuvenated.
Oh yeah.
That was nice to get away. And I'm planning on going back to Florida at the end of the month. So, another beach trip.
Us
You
too.
will? Really? What time? Wait, where are y'all going?
They're up by Fort Myers, dude.
June
We're not by Fort Myers.
24th.
No.
Or is that Orlando?
June 24th.
No.
When are y'all leaving?
June 24th.
Through
Dang.
the 3rd. The 24th through the 3rd.
Oh, I'll be there.
Where? It's a big state.
Yeah, that's a big stick.
I want to say we're going to be in Panama maybe?
We're not near
Panama.
Maybe.
Panama City?
I'll get a location for you.
Just
What about Tampa?
Yeah, maybe it's outside of Tampa. I don't know.
We'll figure out where you're going and get back to
I have no idea.
It'd be
I don't know
cool
where
to
I'm
hook
going.
up if we could.
Ever. So, okay, yeah, I read a bunch of comics. Actually, I read Man of Steel, #1, Bendis, and it was way better than I expected. It was not a continuation of Action Comics. It wasn't like it was actually. It felt like Bendis again. His writing, like he made Superman totally relatable. His dialogue, you could tell it was him, you know. And I just found myself actually interested in the storyline and like invested. So I'll definitely be reading #2. Probably get the whole series if it continues in that vein. I also tried. What's that?
That's good to hear.
Yeah. I was happy,
by
man. I was relieved.
Pages, right?
Yeah, I was totally relieved. Also, I read Dark Knight's Metal, or tried to. I feel like Corey did, I think, about this. You know, I think if I was more familiar with the DC universe, it might appeal to me, but I just don't know those characters that much. It was interesting how macabre and sort of batshit crazy the parallel universe Batman villains were. And I'm curious about how they got there, but I quit reading after the third one because I don't know.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I just didn't have any urge to continue it.
It just seemed like there's a ton of shit going on. I didn't really care about anybody in it.
Yeah, it was too big almost, you know?
Yeah.
Too many characters. I stopped reading Star Wars. I
Stopped a long time ago.
Yeah, that just went off the rails for me. I don't know what's going on. I don't really care about it. It's Kieran Gillen who did, and I don't really care for Wicked and Divine, and you can tell it's him. I mean, it's, you know,
Right.
I don't know. I wasn't feeling it, but Silver Surfer I liked. I'm almost caught up on that. I read also Avengers #2. I wasn't crazy about that. I know it's getting decent reviews. It's Jason Aaron, but it's all right. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it feels very robotic to me, sort of just color by numbers, and I don't know if it's just because I'm getting old and I don't like teen books as much as I used to. But
I read that Thor book that you were talking about last week.
Yeah, it was a one-shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome, huh? His daughter.
Yeah, it was really awesome. Yeah.
I love that. And then actually my book of the week was Death or Glory #1.
Yeah, I read that.
Yes. I totally loved it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Sort of fast-paced, action-packed, hot vehicles, motorbikes, truckers, muscle cars. Sort of like a road trip, white trash, James Bond sort of deal going on. But yes, it has like a slight manga style to it, which is cool for the tone of the book itself. And then in terms of games, I've been playing a ton of God of War, obviously. I repurchased No Man's Sky in anticipation.
You repurchased it?
Yes, I repurchased. I didn't have it before, so I just found myself. We were talking about it, I think, 2 weeks ago, and I just I wanted to check it out again.
You know what we should do is because you know you can see yourself now, like, or see each other, like with the dots and stuff. We'll probably get burned if we actually do this, but we should find like home planet and then all start making a base like around a crater or something like that, so that when they turn it on, boom, everybody's stuff will pop.
That would be awesome. I'm totally down.
Everybody got burned by No Man's Sky. I don't believe it until it happens, but
I know.
I'd try it. We should try to find each other, find the same planet.
I can navigate, get an early read on it.
I need to get an early. I need to. I need to reinstall that game, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you find a planet that's hospitable,
right.
call it, like, name it something, and we'll all try and find it.
Yeah, I'm definitely, after I finish God of War, I'm hitting that up. I'm just going to start on that. The other thing, the mindless game that I've got is Pinball FX, which my wife is just full throttle obsessed with now.
Did you buy any tables?
Yes. Yeah, we got the Jurassic Park and the one with E.T. and Back to the Future.
Oh, nice.
Right.
But
I've
I want the
Portal.
Bethesda. Yeah, it's got Portal and it's got a Bethesda.
I've got Portal,
which
yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
The Bethesda table is great because it's got Doom, Fallout, and Skyrim. But then the big news.
Did you get those ones? You bought all three of
No,
those?
I didn't buy them yet.
So
But
you
I
have Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, and what else?
E.T.
Yeah,
E.T.?
E.T. Yeah.
And then you got the
John
free one that
Hawks
came
also.
with it?
Yeah.
What's the free one called? You know what I'm talking about?
Something?
Yeah, it's like a genie or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a wizard, I think, with a library.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna go get your score on it. I got that one. That one we
Dude,
had the
it's
same.
really fun, man. I think I got up to 35 million. That was my highest score on that.
I'm coming for you.
Do it.
Right.
The big news of the week for me was Morton Cane's Tomb of Foes came in, and I think I might have kissed the cover right when I opened it.
Now you can't tell it because your DNA's on it.
I don't want to get to spoilers for anybody that's getting it, but it's just a gorgeous book. There's a ton of new creatures in it. Super high CRs on all those creatures, which is a complaint that people had about the Monster Manual, that there weren't enough high CR creatures. And then
Is that what it is, basically? A extended monster manual?
No,
it's a mixed bag of a lot of stuff.
it's a mixed
but
bag
it just has a
between
bunch.
Xanthars and the Monster Manual.
Yeah, it's got further
Has new
exploration.
classes and stuff.
No classes,
New
but
sub-races.
races. Yeah, the sub races, and they get into exploration on all the Underdark races, like the Deep Gnomes and the Duergar. But the biggest thing is the Blood War that they cover in it, which is the story of the war between the demons and the devils that spread across the D&D multiverse, and that's where most of the CR creatures come from. So,
Yes.
Nice.
yeah, I love it, man. I'm so D&D'd out. I probably spent 6-7 hours over the past week just either watching Labyrinth Lifers season 3 to catch up. I watched the full thing. Totally enjoyed it, and then just reading the fuck out of some D&D, man. It's awesome. It's the best game ever. And that's my week.
Wow. Well, I'll bookend that because I too got Mordecanian's Tomb of Foes. And,
Yeah, you did.
Dude, yeah,
So-
he's no joke about the CR for what they have in that book.
So new monsters, new sub races, and then just like some lore stuff about the Underdark. Like,
Yeah.
is there anything else in there?
There's a lot of in-depth. I think there's 8 pages on the Drow that talk more about the deities. More
Halflings and gnomes, too. The small
Halflings
people.
and gnomes, yep, small people. And the
Dwarves are small,
Shandrai, the
They are.
Shandakar, the Shandakar.
Shatter Kai.
Shatter
I think
Kai,
is-
that's it.
Yeah. And then the Gith. They talk about the Gith
Gith,
War.
yeah.
They have a whole chapter on Gith. But the interesting thing about the dwarves, Nate, is they talk about the war between dwarves and Duergar. Their
nice.
dark counterpart.
Yeah.
So
Nice. What about
Yeah.
spells? Any new spells?
There's a smattering of new. There's a small amount of new items in there. I remember reading.
yeah, but it's not major.
It's not
like-
major, no.
Curious.
But
there's like over 100 monsters in this thing.
the creatures in it,
Yeah.
yeah,
And they're awesome.
yeah,
They're well designed.
scary.
I mean, it's all for like high level characters to engage with. It's super awesome.
yeah. I think one of their. Yeah, never mind. I won't get into it because I was shocked when I read it. I'm like, wow, that would suck. That would suck so much. So, I've been playing Detroit this week, and that game is awesome. Yeah. I love that game. It's fun because I can see how you do against the rest of people who have played the game. You can see what choices they've made compared to yours.
You could see compared to mine too, can't you?
Yeah,
I didn't have any friends.
I can switch over to friends, and I can see which path Corey took, and some of the stuff we've done the same, and then some of the stuff he didn't. And I can tell when you're trying to rush through the game because like there's little things you missed, like reading those books. You weren't reading the books.
Yeah, the magazines.
Yeah. Just read them all just for...
You get chastised by your friend over the decisions you didn't make.
I wouldn't say I was rushing through it. I'm not a completionist anymore.
Corey, we have the same taste in clothes for cops.
Yeah.
What I really loved is how much they call back and pay homage to Blade Runner in this game. It's sort of like Blade Runner. They actually reference the original book that Blade Runner is based off of.
That's awesome.
So and then I swear that they're doing something to pay homage to the original Point Break with Nick Nolte and Keanu Reeves.
What?
You look at
That's crazy.
The two cops, Corey.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. And I read. I didn't get to it. I picked up the Marvel 2-in-1 number 6.
Number 6. I picked it up. Yeah.
And then American Gods number 3 with Neil Gaiman. And then I read Gideon Falls, and I read The Realm number 6, which
I just started
I'm
it today.
I'm confused with The Realm number 6. I'm really confused with it because it seems like I missed something. It jumped. I'm like, it jumped because I've read all through 5, and then
their storytelling's a little weird sometimes. As much as I like that book, they are choppy in their storytelling.
Yes, it's sometimes not very consistent.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch any movies, I don't think.
I watched The Crow. That was on TV.
The only other thing I've been doing is I've been watching The Arrow and season 4 now. And it's not bad. I sometimes think that they do stuff to drag it out to make it a full season on a broadcast network.
They definitely do.
Because
they're like 30 episodes or something.
It's 22 episodes. I'm like, if they had done this on Netflix and 10 episodes, they could have done so much more. And then they had a crossover with The Flash, and I don't watch The Flash. And so I was super confused during this one episode. I'm like, what in the hell is going on with this? I think that's my week. I read Mordecanians, and so I'm going to be working on my campaign for whenever we finish Curse of Strahd.
Hell yeah.
Or we die.
Ready.
2020. March 2020.
Are you allowing Shadow Kai?
I got all the books, so I can allow anything.
All right.
I just don't want as many...
They're just going to start now.
Totally am. Brainstorming.
The only thing I can say was make sure it would be very, very beneficial to have dark vision in my campaign. It would.
True that. Absolutely.
If you don't have dark vision, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you're in the Underdark.
I'm sorry. So, yeah, that's my week.
Sweet. That's a lot of stuff.
News of the week. We had a tie for last. So we got 6 items this week. Number 6, Andrew Lincoln is going to be leaving The Walking Dead with season 9. So
it's been announced first here.
first.
Even though it was all over the frickin' internet. That's the kind of thing that irritates me because I haven't watched Walking Dead since season 6 or 7. I can't remember which. But, it was so hard to hide from spoilers, especially for the show, but spoilers just really ruin it if you learn about it.
Yeah.
And it's like they just broadcast it there's nowhere you could not look without seeing it. Even if you were on a browser that you didn't sign into that doesn't track your search history.
Right.
It was right there in your face. Like, oh,
yes.
Look.
Yeah. No, I agree.
What the fuck?
The headlines weren't like major character leaving Walking Dead in season 9. It was like Andrew Lincoln leaving Walking Dead. Yeah. So it's like no way to avoid it. So
it's funny. Crazy. Like they've clearly some major characters have left the show without announcements about their contracts previously before outing it. Like it's weird that this went public.
It is weird. It makes it seem fishy, like there was maybe a contract dispute or something. I don't know. It seems strange.
It's stupid that they announced it because it's spoilers for everyone, even if you're current. I mean, that's Rick.
It's like,
and there's more. There's more to it than that that we shouldn't go into. But there's other characters that if you read those articles, there's other major characters that are leaving as well. Like it's the one thing I actually think it's cool because everybody's sick of The Walking Dead right now because it's gone on too long, right? And so I think they're gonna have to you assume they're gonna keep on going because they like money, but whatever they're gonna do if it's just well, I can't even talk about it, but whatever they do is going to be dramatically different than what's going on from the book, and I like that. I love all the differences between the book and the show, and that's part of what keeps me watching the show. Right. So, clearly, with Rick gone, it'll be very different.
It forces them to make it its own thing, which, I'm cool with the two. It's crazy news.
Yeah, it just sucks. It would have been great to be some kind of surprise, right?
Right. Yeah.
Just like the other people that have died, that you're like, wow, okay.
Yeah. Number 5. Comixology introduces Amazon Print on Demand. So,
did you guys read it? Did you guys all read the article?
I skimmed it.
It's very interesting what they're doing, right? It's
scary.
Why is it scary?
I mean, that model, the thing is, like, Amazon's so invasive with even the grocery store thing happening with Whole Foods that I can see them, like, warping the industry to an extent. And I don't know. It could be a good thing, but it could be a bad thing, too. I don't know.
So, what would make it bad? I'm just curious. I'm just curious your thoughts about it. Did it not go into the idea that Amazon would be publishing this stuff, or are developing content in the same way that they're doing with the video? Well, I mean, basically they're introducing their own line. Right. It's their own line of comics, and what's different about it is that forever, as long as Amazon exists, you'll be able to order any of the comics and they'll ship it right to your door. Like, it devalues collecting comics, but at the same time you get a Comixology free version of it while you're waiting for it to come to your house. So if you like having the books, you can get them all. But it's those hard to find comics will never be hard to find again. They're only hard to find because comic stores only order so many and then people buy them and then they're gone. With this, you order the comic from Amazon forever. But only Amazon comics, right? For now, that's what they're saying. They're saying that they hope to that it's popular enough that the other distributors would want to get involved in it because it eliminates the need for a warehouse full of comics every month, right? They just print it,
Right.
ship it, print it, ship it, like Teespring does with the T-shirts.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
but that's going to be bad for the small, the comic book stores, though.
That's what I thought. But
It'll be bad for the comic book stores, but it'll be good for small creators because they'll be able to sell single issues. It won't force the store to buy a bunch of comics that they're not going to sell. So the smaller creators will be able to get their work out there because they can just sell one issue at a time.
I can see that.
That's true.
It'd be more that if, like, big names, Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, if they tried to go to that kind of model to compete with Amazon, I think you'd see a decline in comic book stores.
I don't know, man. I think comic book stores are already dead, and people still go to them all the time. If you order Marvel comics from Marvel, it's way cheaper than you can go get them from a store. Even if people pick stuff and give you a 20% discount, you get it like half off if you buy them from Midtown or whoever Marvel goes with. And people still like going to the stores because they just like talking to people about comics and stuff.
That and they cross media. They do D&D. They all this other
Magic
stuff.
cards,
So it's not just comics anymore.
They survive on magic cards up here. That's how they. You go to a comic book store here. It's everybody's playing Magic. They're all selling Magic cards, and there's like one person browsing the comic books, and there's like 20 kids looking for Magic cards.
That's like Mutiny too, right? It's a coffee shop and a record store and all that other stuff. Like if just the sole I'm a comic book store and nothing else, like those are done, right?
Right.
Like,
totally.
Okay.
We'll see.
Interesting.
Dirk, did you read the creators? That they signed up for to open this up. I didn't know any of them.
I didn't recognize any of those people.
You didn't either. Okay.
No.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah. Number 4. Big news. Pokemon. The rumors were confirmed. The leak was true. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee officially coming out for Switch, sometime this year, November, probably. I don't know when.
Probably November.
Before the end of the year.
Before the end of the year. Probably when it gets cold.
Right before Christmas.
Pokemon Go. But
right before Christmas.
Basically, everything the rumors said were true. It's a remake of Pokemon Yellow. 2 versions, one with Eevee, one with Pikachu. It's integrated with Pokemon Go, so you can transfer your Pokemon that you catch in Pokemon Go into Pokemon Let's Go. It has online.
Throw it.
Yeah, it has multiplayer, which is a first. You actually have to throw your controller, which is what I'm least excited about. I hope that's an option you can turn off, so I don't have to, freaking use motion controls to play a game at my house. But other than that, it looks awesome. It looks like a new type Pokemon. You watch the trailer, it looks way different from the other
It looks
ones.
way more legit than I expected it to. When they show the characters going through the areas in it, I expected if it was going to be a mashup with Pokemon Go that it would be super duper light.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It looks like a full Pokemon game.
It does. Yep. It totally does. And so I was surprised about that. I played my one Pokemon game of my life, and I'm done with it. But for all the Poke fans out there, it definitely looks more cool than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, it's already tracking to be the top-selling game on Switch. So,
yeah, and it's going to boost Switch sales. Right?
Yeah.
I've already had a friend who was on the internet who has a younger kid who's into it, who is like, he said, this is the tipping point for us, and put that video up.
Yeah, and it's sweet. I mean, I still play Pokemon Go. I still play the Pokemon games. Put them together. I'm in. And then I was also announced that the next core game's coming out the following year, in November.
An RPG.
Which is awesome. I mean, I wish it was coming out sooner, but at least we got a date now, and we have the new game to tide us over until then. So
and also that it's on Switch, right? Like,
right.
I wouldn't have been shocked if they would have said that it was on 3DS. Like they've done that every generation. They hang way behind because they want that install base.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great news. Pokemon for life. Number 3, Bethesda announces Fallout 76. So multiplayer Fallout.
That's a survival RPG.
Some people are comparing it to like
DayZ,
almost like DayZ and stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds like it could be awesome. Like when I first heard that it was announced, I was like, "What? They just released a Fallout game. Why is it not Elder Scrolls?" But Fallout Online sounds like that could be sweet.
You see what the time period is?
It's the first Fallout 76, the first Fallout, right?
Well, it's prior to every Fallout game thus far. It's only a few decades after the Great War.
Yeah, Vault 76 was the first vault to open, so it's before every other Fallout.
Well, and they're thinking it's going to take place in West Virginia because of the
song,
John Denver song, yeah.
Coincidentally, it says it's the same year that Richard Gray, the Master, falls in the vat and mutates. I don't know if that has anything to do with the storyline, but if you remember the Master.
Yeah.
I just was saying that I'm more skeptical than I am stoked. The ESO is average at best.
That's not that good.
You know, so if this would have to be, you know, DayZ is a completely different thing than ESO.
Right.
And until they come out with gameplay footage, I'm expecting it to be more like ESO.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna look like a Bethesda game for sure. But
DayZ versus ESO are completely different types of
games.
They
are, yeah.
You know what I mean? That ESO is a standard MMO that didn't really do anything fresh at all, other than put Elder Scrolls Paint on top of it. Yeah. It's just go do quests, go here and there, you know, and I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I played it probably 50, 60 hours, something like that. But again, I just. All the Bethesda games right now, I'll be shocked if it comes out and it's not like that. If DayZ's an action-y game, like if you're actually
a survival game where you got to build bases together and stuff, like I mean, that could be cool.
I just think it's going to be that same Bethesda engine with the base building from Fallout 4, in multiplayer quests on it as well. Like,
and what's his name is going to show up and say, "I've got another settlement for you to check out." Preston. Right. Preston's going to show up.
But yeah, the ESO in particular, the PvP, I thought was terrible. I liked doing the quest and walking around the world, but the PvP was awful.
Yeah, it was.
So, anyways, I'll stop shitting on it because I know nothing about it. But I'll be surprised if it's not that. If it looks like DayZ, I'm way more excited all of a sudden with something new. But I think this will be more of the same.
But it seems like now everything that was going to be announced at E3 is out, too, with this announcement. I don't know why they're doing it.
Some other stuff. I'm sure there'll be some surprises.
Last of Us 2.
That's not a surprise either.
No.
Yeah, but we'll see at E3. So
we'll see.
Will we? Did they say they're going to show it at E3?
Yeah, supposedly, yeah.
They did? Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
Gotta do it.
Number 2. Thank God, Legion renewed for Season 3. Yes.
We did it.
Oh, God.
We did it. We've been telling everybody that they need to watch Legion, and they finally did it. They've been listening to us.
You had to go there with the air horn.
Yeah.
I think it's a slow trickle. There's more people coming to me that have been watching it, so.
It's because they heard that Comically Gaming said that you should go out and check out Legion.
We're always at the forefront.
They're all checking it out. We are. It's weird that it is so weird that they waited this long into the season to make those kind of decisions.
Yeah.
You know, that whole television thing where they don't know when they finish recording that season if there'll be another one or not is such a weird thing. It leaves it makes these creators make weird choices with the stories and stuff.
I don't know how it's set up with FX particularly. Because I don't know what their ratio is of stuff that they cancel versus stuff they just let ride. or how popular certain series are there. So
it just seems to me like
to hear.
At the end of a season, they should say if the next one is coming or not.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's even worse. That's what I'm talking about as well. Like I guess who knows? It seems weird to me. It's not like somebody who's going to make, when Marvel sat down and laid out their movie plans, they knew the whole story from start to end. Like to be a creator for a TV show where you don't know if it's going to get renewed or not, just seems weird.
Yeah, yeah. And not to rain on Legion's Parade, but I'm ready for Preacher now, to be honest.
You can like both of them.
Well, all right.
But great news.
Bravo.
Best show on TV coming back for season 3.
They're very deserved for that cast, for sure. And for Noah Hawley.
Yeah. And number 1.
News of the year.
New D&D 2 sets. Wizards of the Coast announces the next set of adventures, both set in Waterdeep, Dragon's Heist and Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
That's awesome.
Fucking pumped.
Dude,
Did y'all watch the launch videos?
Yeah.
Waterdeep is such an awesome city.
Yeah.
So much.
So this is what's awesome about it. Chris Perkins is the lead designer on it, and you could tell like how excited he was when he was talking about it. So one of the features is it's going to have 4 interchangeable main villains. So and you'll get different results each time you plug in the villain. So you can replay that adventure if you want, and you'll have different things happen in it based off of that villain. And they said that it's less about the villain and the story is really about Waterdeep. It's
nice.
Like that's the biggest character in the story, and it's not. Even though you'll have a main villain, it's not an overarching sort of earth-shattering event. It's more like a bunch of side missions and awesome things to get into in the city. And it's an urban adventure also, which is
great for thieves and great for rogues. That'd be great for rogues. Yeah. And I'm sure they're going to get more. I know they've been teasing with it, but I think they're going to flesh out more to the Wizards of Thay because they are big in Waterdeep.
Yeah. Nate, get on it. The other thing, the second adventure is Dungeon of the Mad Mage, and that takes place in Undermountain.
Yeah.
And Undermountain is the largest dungeon in the D&D universe. It's impossibly huge. It's hard to even really conceptualize. Apparently, it's so big that you don't feel confined. There's just so much space in there and different outcomes with different rooms, and there's portals involved, apparently, where you can... It's crazy. And the other thing is they're going to be releasing a new adventure now every fall. So I've learned that. I didn't know that was the situation. So every fall they'll have a new campaign.
Right.
Well, we have enough campaigns to last like lots of falls at this point.
Right. We need a marathon to square some of this away.
I just like just reading them though. Even if we don't play them,
I know. No,
it's
true,
and just read them.
That's why I've been buying them. I mean, there's no way I'm going through all of Tomb of Foes.
Oh, dude.
I just love reading it.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. She news of the week.
All right, this week in Community Corner, we put up the question, basically, what would be your dream Star Wars movie on our Facebook page? And I am very happy with all the responses we got. Some really good conversation was sparked from this. And we had a lot of good suggestions. So Bill, he said, Boba Fett for Corey is in the works. And that's already been... Patrick, he said Darth Plagueis, which would be awesome. Darth Plagueis is pretty big in the lore books. Albert just threw up a GIF picture of Lobot, who was the guy that helped out Lando in Cloud City. If no one knows who Lobot is, he's the dude with the headphones.
I don't think you should explain Lobot. If you don't know who Lobot is, you don't get an explanation.
Yeah, they do. Come on. I mean, come on. And then Nate said something more like a Band of Brothers style Stormtrooper movie, and I threw up the idea of maybe the game Republic Commando, which was an okay game, but the dialogue was super awesome in it.
Nice.
It really was. Kevin wanted Obi-Wan and wanted to redo the death of Darth Maul, but that digresses into this other thread that was. And then someone was smoking crack and dreaming of Jar Jar Binks and Wicket. I won't get into that one.
It's a good cop, bad cop movie. That was great.
Phil was also psyched for Obi-Wan movie. And Blake brought up a good point about maybe a crossover with Mace Windu that helps banish the Dark Overlords of the universe and the Nexus of Somnus. So he went really in depth. Casey, the movie night, he brought up something about seeing General Grievous. Tell us the story of General Grievous, because he was a human at one point, then it became more machine. And then Corey wants to see a movie. Machine. Yeah, Corey wants to see a movie about Porkins.
Yeah.
You had the poster. That was incredible.
So awesome.
I saw a poster on Reddit like the day after we posted the questions. Answer.
And then Jeremy wanted Rogue Squadron, and I would love to see a Rogue Squadron movie. A Rogue Squadron, a Star Wars story? That'd be awesome. And Z wants a movie about Max Rebo Band, the Behind the Music episode.
Fantastic.
So that was awesome. I really loved everyone who was throwing up questions in there and talking back and forth. It was really good. So that leads us to next week, with next week being E3. What announcement are you most excited about for this upcoming E3? And I will leave it at that.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk, yeah.
Totally.
Just
totes my goats.
If they come out with like a 3-minute Cyberpunk trailer,
anything.
Yeah, they will. They're gonna.
I'm ready. I keep hearing that, but I'm trying not to get my hopes up. I'm trying.
What if it's terrible?
I trust him.
I know. I do. I'm just saying. It's funny.
All right. Well, it's time for the YouTube shout-outs. We got some new subscribers this week. Always appreciate the new subscribers. Thank you so much. What are we up to? 15, 60 something?
Yeah, 15,
at this point. Yeah, really appreciate it. This week we had a couple that also have YouTube channels. Everybody, please, if you're listening to the audio version of this, please go to youtube.com/GCandC. Go into the description of this video for this, and we'll put links to these guys' channels. Click their links, sub them up. Really appreciate it. This week we got Ricky Does It and Relentless Rex. So normally a little bit of a slow week for us here, but we always do the name of the week where we pick the best name of the week, and these are two strong contenders here.
I chalk up the slow week because it was Memorial Day kickoff to summer. I think that's why.
Yeah, whatever. They come in waves.
It does.
Ricky does.
Like I say, Ricky does it. I'm like definitely Ricky. Relentless Rex.
I was going to say Relentless Rex.
I like Ricky Does It.
All right, that's a tie then.
No winner.
It's a tie.
Every subscriber is the name of the week. Congratulations, Ricky and Rex.
Ricky and Rex.
Ricky Rex.
That is a great name.
There you go, Ricky Rex.
And we want to shout out our new Facebook member, your friend Johnny.
Yeah, he also joined our Discord channel too. Your friend Johnny, who was, I think, was our name of the week last week.
No, he was my name of the week, and nobody else picked him.
Oh, that's right.
Johnny, I got your back, dude.
Johnny Bravo. He's got a photo of Johnny Bravo.
He does.
Yeah, and then it's not on there. People who jumped on the stream, Couple Up,
Nice.
Couple Up Gaming. My buddy Steve jumped on. That was the first. Dirk, Nate, and then Emo made it.
Yeah. Came in at the last hour.
Yeah, last minute. Yeah, thanks. And, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be our week. We're going to go full spoilers back to the Comic Book Club. Gideon Falls number 3. So if you have not read Gideon Falls number 3, like myself, this is where you check out. You guys, what general reception? Is it still really good? I know, Dirk, you loved number 2. Yeah, okay. So before we go full spoilers, just want to let everybody know you can please check us out over at patreon.com/GCandC. For as little as $1 a month, you can help us improve everything that we do. Really want to thank the people who are already up there supporting us. You make the audio version of this show possible, and we're always looking to upgrade everything we have as well. So anybody else who would be able to part with $1 a month, we would absolutely appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And follow us on Twitter at GCandC.
And as always, thank you to Fred Thomas for opening music and Xee Reiter for our awesome logo.
Logo.
Yeah.
All right, so that's, if you're checking out, that's been Comically Gaming, episode 107.
Later.
Peace. All right, this week we are back with our comic book club. I know it's been a while since we've done one of these, but there's been a lot of movies that come out, and we just had to cover those. So
what's the last one we did? Gideon Falls number 1?
I think the last one we did cover was Gideon Falls number 1.
Yes.
So it's been a couple months.
Yeah.
And
number 3.
Someone's stop it. This is distracting me.
Full spoilers.
Full spoilers on number 3.
That's where I was going until Discord started blowing up and really distracted me because I was reading it.
Focus.
So yeah, full spoilers on Gideon Falls number 3. So
yeah, and number 2 since we didn't really talk about that.
Yeah, we did cover 2.
Also, and I think number 2 was the better of the 2 issues.
I think so too. I think that this one was more. It's more of like a.
When she saw the barn in the end of 2, I'm like, yes.
Yeah. You realize your boy ain't so crazy.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, there were so many things that happened in number 2 that were just all of a sudden it ramped it up to 100.
Yeah.
In certain ways, because the nails, and all of a sudden she sees the barn in broad daylight, and then they're expecting the father. The cops are questioning him like he's a murder suspect, and
there's obviously something going on with him.
There is some. Yeah, they keep talking about his past, and
he's got some.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think anybody's clean in this thing.
No, I don't think so. I don't even think the cops are clean.
Right.
No, that bus driver.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, he's hinting about coming back to his house.
Yeah.
That never leads to good shit. You know what I'm saying? That's there's something there. That's what I like. One of the things I like about this series is that every character has a potential to be a very fucked up person.
Yeah.
It's some form of fashion. Yeah.
It's awesome how he set up all the traps and then immediately gets a knock on the door.
Best scene. Yeah. You know what the best scene, the best aspect of that to me was, and this is Andrea Sorrentino again delivering, but when they highlighted the red on the different aspects of the room,
the booby traps. Yeah, I know that was awesome.
To bring you into it. I mean, it almost felt like you were moving through the comic. That's how dramatic that the shift was with the color, the red. Just fucking great artistic idea, man.
Well, and I love the rings, like, how it spread out. Like, this is my first line of defense, second line of defense, third line of defense, fourth line of defense.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was so visual. It's just, I'm glad I had the book because it's 2 pages and you can just look at it all at once and then study it.
So what do y'all think about the Dr. Xee? She sort of retconned her vision, saying like, it's a shared psychosis. I saw it, but it doesn't mean it's real.
That's her analytical psychiatrist side kicking on because she knows what she saw and she's starting to believe Norton. And
she just doesn't want to believe it.
She doesn't because then she feels like I wonder if she has a past and that's why she's fighting against it, because it might trip her up, and she, tries to hide her
That's what I'm saying.
side.
Yeah, I just don't think everybody's clean, even her.
No,
you know?
oh no. Well, and
Right.
then, outside of the church, when he gives his mass, and that dude with his wife, he's like, "Yeah, you should stop by the farm sometime," and I'm just like,
Yeah.
that just sounds really creepy, because the wife's like, "Yeah, whatever."
Well, he's also the one from issue 1 with the creepy ass smile,
Yeah.
waving.
Yeah.
That's the same guy. So,
I'm
what y'all
wondering-
think about the doctor, Dr. Sutton?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
His character.
he's
Yeah.
where he's saying we need to save the souls. It's a war of God and evil, and good and evil, and we need to save the souls of Gideon Falls. And I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Getting into some psycho Christian
Yeah.
babble. You know?
It's Christian conspiracy theorists. The end is near, and
Dude, I
Well,
think
at the same
this.
time, it actually might be.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't know. The book has, and it's very subtly doing this right now, but I got a feeling like as it goes on, it's going to get worse and worse. Is that you don't really know who's crazy in this, or
Yeah.
who's the sane person. You might be the crazy person reading it. Like it's.
Yeah, I love the feel.
Yeah, it's just a very everything is sort of loose. It's not very nailed down. It's you think you have the idea of reality in it, and it's starting to come up slowly,
Yeah.
discombobulated as it goes on. But man, Andrea Sorrentino is just incredible. I'm sure Jeff Lemire is going to knock it out the park because it's his baby, but.
Yeah.
Sorrentino is just, god damn, he's
yeah,
good.
it's such a good
Amazing.
book. It's so good.
Yeah.
It is. I'm excited for 4. Totally.
Yeah.
Well, I was in it too. Like as soon as I
Oh,
read
yeah.
2, I was like,
That was the
I'm
hook.
all in.
Yeah.
That was the total hook for me. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be good.
All
And
right.
look, you can't bring that heat every single issue. Every
No.
comic slows down. I mean, Saga has issues where it's not, the same as like a 9.2 or whatever, but you need that sort of downtime before you deliver another heavy hitter, So
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure. So that's Corey.
that's Gideon Falls.
That is
Number 3.
Gideon Falls. So stay tuned. Our next comic book club looks like it'll be in a
Swamp
couple
Thing?
weeks, which is the Saga Swamp Thing number 20.
Nice. We're going back for that. It's a
Yeah.
Does
classic.
that mean I gotta read all 20?
No. Well, I mean, you should read all 20. It's Alan Moore. I mean, the same guy that wrote Watchmen doing Swamp Thing.
I mean, number 20 would be like the wrap up of the whole thing, right? It's the last issue, isn't it?
Dude, I don't know. There's like 4 volumes worth of that saga, the Swamp Thing, with the
Wow.
Alan Moore run, just alone with him.
It would be 5 issues for each volume.
I want to say there's 5 or 7 in each one.
If it was 5 in each
50.
one, that would be 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is the last. Maybe he picked that on purpose.
30. All
That's
right.
a lot of reading. But I do like Swamp Thing, so I'm gonna try. And
It's awesome, and it's really psychedelic and crazy and like, yeah, bonkers out there.
All right. Sweet.
I'm excited.
All right.
See y'all
Thanks
next
for
week.
watching.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's been the Comic Book Club.
Comically Gaming 107.
See y'all next week.
Later.